Oh, hey, good morning. Sorry, I didn't see. What's up? Oh man, good morning, Vladimir and Frank. How are you guys? Here. I do use it. What do you mean by that? So the pre-market prep, if the inventory, that's part of volume profile. The prior day type is part of all TPO. The location versus higher time frame value, that is profile based. So I think that I do use it, right? I mean, what other context am I missing? So we have the lean long, which is the inventory. And then we have the balanced, right? Prior day, it's relative to profile. You don't know? Oh, okay. Yeah, I do use it. I guess that answers your question. I do. It's all there on part of the pre-market prep. I'm just waiting to fill this part out. Looks like an open test drive right now, but we'll see. You didn't know? Okay. Do you use the? Let me post it. Do you use the prep sheet or no? You can get this sheet if you want on the website. Fill it out yourself. Saw it yesterday. We got short delta. Where's the flip at? Flip is still above. Wow. So it looks like an open test drive here. Gonna come back to VWAP at 509. NQ is still ramping. The only thing is the Dow has some weakness, but NQ is trying to break out. That's a massive level right there on the NQ. The 29,250. Current month value high. Value low, sorry. Watching if it reclaims or rejects there, but the tape is really slow too on the S&P. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh my god. Fucking guy. Well, there it is. Probe reaction, revert to VWAP. About attack. It's tagging VWAP right now. So the open test drive played out already. Well, fast. Probe in this case was the overnight high. Rejection, revert to VWAP. 97% tag. Well, that was a fast trade. The open test drive triggered right at the open. Came in for a lower high a few minutes after and then already hit a target. The next target down is a first standard deviation down. Well, let's see if they come down. I mean, back to 509. I do like this area. You want to be long. This was a spike from earlier. They got that low and did. Not holding here. I like the 500s. I see that level test. Or taking anything, but down to 500 to file area low from yesterday. Yeah, this looks like it's just gonna melt down. Honestly, I'm just gonna wait for it to come down, and I might need to wait for it to come down all the way to 70s. I don't think this is gonna get a bounce anytime soon. Given the way this is trading and the volume, I think it's just gonna melt down. Like really slow trade. It might just melt all the way down to the overnight low. And then we'll find some bids there, potentially. Because right now, there's nothing. I know, I think last week you had a limit order there, right? You didn't quite come into it. At 6-8, yeah. I mean, I don't know. They tapped 72. That's so messed up, huh? So I remember now. Yeah, I remember you mentioned you had the dang. That's annoying, honestly. And last night was weird because they tested they tested 73, which is exactly the same low from last week. They made the exact same low from last week at 74.73. It's like equal low to yesterday's low. What are the odds of that? Like they're identical. That is hilarious. Yeah. Is this gonna reclaim and push back? Man, oh man. The Dow's waking up. I don't know. Time is at 6:50. Is this really the call wall on NQ? I guess it is. We're still in balance. I mean, we're like in the middle between last week's range and this week. They're trying to push it out of 30s, but every time they hit, they fail. Here, we'll do a composite. I always like to compile these. Use the composite profile. You have balance, balance, balance. Right now, we're within the whole range from last week. Yeah, right in the middle of it. They're holding VWAP here a little bit. I like that. Looks like NQ wants to go. We'll try a little bit. Not really anything with size, but our line in the sand will have to be really low. I have to leave it where it is. It has to be below all these value lows, but I like the long here. See if it breaks out. I want to scale near the value high, or kind of where we broke out of, or failed to break out of this morning. We'll see. I like this area, small size. I want to leave room. Momentum's coming in back to the tape. You can see that the tape was really slow. Now it's waking up again. I want to leave room in case they go higher. It looks like she wants to go. Yeah, I think so. I think it's because the NASDAQ, like the NASDAQ is near a critical level right here. And I think if it gets momentum, which so far it's held, it can break out. And that'll lead the S&P to probably break out as well. But I want to leave room in this trade in case he wants to pull back into the value areas. Down here to add into it. I'm not really a fan of the trade too much, but it's literally we're in the middle of the entire week's range right now, the midpoint of the range. I don't know if I can actually have a chart over here. We're in the midpoint. You see value high, value low. We're in the middle right now, which is not the most ideal spot, but for an entry. We're below point of control, so not the most ideal. Oh, NQ just hit the wall. Well, it's projecting now. See if it holds or not, but NQ is coming down just a tad here. Rejected the call wall. Still holding a little VWAP here. Barely, but it's holding on to it. Barely? Very slow action. Keep in mind, we're like right at point of control. This is very typical for prices to just chop around here. Okay, it's holding above you up again. The Dow's waking up a tad. Ugh. The internals are almost all of them are green. That's gonna be a first in like a few days. We haven't had all the internals green at once. So Mag 7, S&P chips, and the value names, they're almost all about to be green. And we haven't had that in a very long time. It's been a very rotational market. So if this all lines up, this actually might be enough to break us out. I will have to kind of evaluate things. I might want to add to this trade, believe it or not, as it breaks out. As I'm looking at that, Mag 7 just went green. All three sectors, Mag 7, chips, and value names, all green on the day. We haven't had this in a few weeks. This could be what we need to break out of 530s. On the top of my head, you can kind of see that that's right there, that info. On the top right of my head. The internal data that I'm saying. But we'll see. I might have room to add to this trade, but I have to wait to see what happens at the open. Because I don't want to see price reject the open. I want to see it hold above the open. And I'll consider adding there at the trade. NQ has the breakout too above the open. A lot of big levels here. Mag 7 went green. Flop. I'm sorry, went red. I don't know what I said. I just flipped red right now. Retested the VWAP, it looks like. Oh, the RTH VWAP. Very, very messy. Where's the point of control? We're right at point of control. Very messy range. I should probably add the point of control here too. Okay. Doesn't it? I'll figure it out later. I need to add the point of control. Dow just broke the overnight high. $8,000, what the fuck? NQ is weaker now. So, although we're going higher, the NQ is doing what it normally does every single week. It's fading. Not by much yet. We're still above value, and yesterday's value high, so we haven't faded much. We're still holding above yesterday's value high. So that's pretty good overall, given the large gap overnight. Just chopping. Chop, 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 chop. It's literally chopping still, man. Around the point of control, look. EOC. Price is just whipping back and forth. NQ's testing the value low. NQ is piercing the VWAP here. Still weak, dude. What a fucking market's been. See if NQ can hold here. The value are high. VWAP, it's a structural area. Yeah, at this point, I don't want to see it below here. I don't want to see S&P below VWAP anymore. I mean, given how much volume's being distributed up here, if it holds below VWAP, we probably fade down. So if it gets below VWAP, I don't want this anymore. I don't like Andy when he looks at Woody and he's like, I don't want this. I don't want you anymore. You ever seen Toy Story? Thank you holds his VWAP area. I'll buy more. He's currently trying to. I just saw Toy Story 5 recently. Reminded me of that. You know the scene, FH? In Toy Story? And he looks at Woody because he has a torn arm. And he drops him in the trash can or bin. I added more here, and then my hard stop's just gonna be right there at the. Used to have it on repeat. Yeah, let's go. Me too. That's funny. I did too. I like that movie. It was so good. Yeah. As a youngin', I just went to go watch the newest one. It's so good. Toy Story 5. It's actually my favorite kids movie. Or a movie when I was a kid. I still watch them now. I still like them now. I watched it tonight. Yeah, man. It's good. We have movie night. I always want to pick Toy Story, and my wife's like, again? I'm like, well, it's a good movie. I always pick that movie. Here's NQ. It's teetering between going back higher or rejecting and going lower. So, given that tight risk reward, I added to the S&P here in the event that this holds. I mean, where am I drawing to? Now watch it in forever. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a great rewatch. So either it holds here and we push back to the call wall prior to high, Yeah, and S&P is not. That's because the Dow is like is running. The Dow is running today. Look at this thing. Boop, right above the overnight high on the Dow. And then the chippies are trying to reclaim a priority low right here at this level. Let's put an alert. The chippies. So, yeah, and then Mag 7 just went green. Added a bit here on the ES. Average now 513.75. As NQ holds VWAP on the retest. Dow seems, yeah, the rotation has been very strong on the Dow. Very strong. And that to me tells me that whenever there's weakness, it's not weakness in the entire market. It's just a few sectors of the market. So that's bullish, right? That's bullish for the higher time frame. Yeah, we're gonna have pullbacks and we're gonna sell off and flush out. But the fact that there's still strength somewhere in the marketplace, that's very bullish, meaning there's value in other areas of the market that are getting bid while something else gets sold. So money's not really leaving. They're not going risk off. Okay, let's just say that. The market's not going risk off. It's just rotational. It's leaving one sector and entering another. Here comes NQ. Yeah, it keeps. It was a fake out. Look at that. Came back in. Tested the level. Broke. Pushed back. Came rejected again. I probably get stopped out, honestly. Yeah, NQ breaking down again. Where's VWAP? Oh, it tested VWAP exactly. Where's point of control? Right up point of control. NQ is testing VWAP again. See if it holds above or below. It's not really making up its mind. It's just teetering here. Holding, holding, holding. Chopping, chopping, chopping. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. Choppity, chop, chop, chop. Ba, 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 ba. Radio, radio, radio. It's holding again, back up 4 or 5 points. NQ held VWAP. That's the reason I bid here on S&P, is because it was testing VWAP. It wasn't really holding below it. I added another 50% to the trade. But this is as much as I want to add to the trade. I'm only willing to risk the 300 max loss on this trade, and then save room for another trade in case they come down to the 500s just below that. Right now it's going back a bump in my favor, but who knows? We'll see if it actually comes into that 26 open, which is where I'll scale some right there at 26s. And then if it holds that, we should be able to test the value high at 32s, which is where I scale again. And if it holds that, then we come into the prior breakout area, which is at 35s. And if it holds that, I'm just kidding. I just want to be annoying. But anyway, level to level, we'll see what happens. Level to level. Brick by brick. Chop by chop. We'll see. NQ held VWAP. Let's see if it can break out past the current month value low, which is near the opening price at 29,250. It took so bring it down right below the open, see if it tags me. Boop. Little coin sound from Mario. I love Mario. Oh yeah, the new Mario movie is good too. Scaled out one piece. It's only like a quarter. Oh my, what was that? Oh, my journal. Bag. But what will I wear? You know what's funny is like I've been watching, I don't really watch it, but I've been seeing Bitcoin on the top of my performance charts for a couple weeks now. I actually think it might be having a turnaround story here. Because for the past couple weeks, whenever I look at what's green and what's red, I actually see NQ up there, and I haven't seen that in a very long time. I'm sorry, NQ Bitcoin. Where's Bitcoin at today? Yeah, it's up. It's up today. It's up 2%, almost 3%. Yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin's having a little bit of a turnaround in momentum for sure. Because it's been performing. What the fuck happened? Are you serious right now? What the fuck? Oh, this is such an annoying chop, dude. Fuck. Went up to 25. And then I just came back to my near my entry. Not really exactly, but it's around there. Oh man, what an annoying ass session already. Alright, with that kind of rotation, I'll definitely scale more. Where's the first standard deviation? 23.5. Alright, I'll scale a couple more here. I'll scale a couple more. I'm gonna scale half the size here on this choppy rotation at the first standard deviation. Up. And then go from there. Because I'm not down with this. I'm not down with this. I would love to have seen some continuation from this little pop, and it hasn't done that quite yet. Give it to me. Come on. Give it to me. Come on. Give me the profit. Give me the money. Show me the money. Come on. Fill me. Come on. There you go. I have half a position. I mean, look where I'm filled. I mean, even my location on the fill isn't the most optimal. I'm like literally in the middle of the entire range so far. So my expectations aren't very high. But if this breaks out, continues, I do want to be a part of the trade. We've been hitting our head against this sell side wall, the 530s, since last week on what, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. We've had multiple tests of the level. I don't know if we have the momentum to break out. I think it's going to be contingent on the NQ. NQ has to break out above this level right here. There's a lot of levels here. You can see that there's a lot of resistance on the NQ, but if it breaks that area, it can fly. It can certainly fly. There's a lot of resistance here on the NASDAQ, right above. It can fly at least 200 points. And then after that, if it holds that 400, it can fly another 400 points, give or take, to the point of control. Yeah, so like more like 300 points. So it has a 200 point move, and then there consolidate, then another 300 point move, assuming there's acceptance there. Not in one day, but over time. If this breaks out past this little area, if it breaks 32s, then I'll trail my stop loss on this trade. But we're not there yet. My assumption is like we reclaim this current month value low, which is around here. If we can hold above the current month value low, we can come back into 65s right here. Boop. And then after that, 600s again. So we gotta hold that current month value low, which is currently where we're at right now, right here at, what is it, 22s. Hold 22s. We got 64, give or take. Let's see if NQ breaks out today. See if NQ can break out right here. At a massive level, so whatever happens here with the NASDAQ at this area will dictate whether I scale or hold this trade, because I still have half the position. If it breaks out, I'm gonna hold it, scale in 40s, right near the value high from yesterday. And if it wants to go, then we go higher. Bombs away. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Thank you. Piercing that area. Oof. They're going to break out. It's a massive level right here. This area. This whole cluster. A little bit of a momentum push here on the S&P. This is a make or break area for NASDAQ here. I think he's trying to break out. They're still holding this. We're still holding. See what happens. Oh, as long as we're, my classifier on my journal says that as long as we're above the 26s, that we can continue to break out into higher levels. We broke the IB. Oh wow, IBs are. Oh wow, time. I don't even know what time it was. My oh my. Rick Morris. I'm like, these questions get me so upset. What did I say here? It says bulls are in defense mode. Breakouts fail. Value low for longs or higher time frame lows. These are little notes that I write myself, so I remember the next day. Gotta restart the live. That's so fun. Where is the live classifier? Yay, we got more weekly Fable 5. Look at that. My weekly Fable usage reset. Let's go. I was running low. I was running low on the Fable. Fable 5. I gotta go to the restroom and back. That's funny noise. I'm gonna hold this trade for now. Nice straight. Thanks, SafeH. The way things are kind of teeing up right now with how things are running or structurally look on a higher time frame, it looks like we're about to have an everything rally. Honestly, it looks like we're going to have an everything rally. If the NQ can reclaim back above 29,400s, I mean, especially if it does it today, and then over the next, even just the end of the week, we don't go nowhere besides just hold that level, and the S&P gets back above 65s at the end of the week, we're going to have an everything rally. Like literally Bitcoin's going to rally, NASDAQ's going to rally back to 30K plus. The S&P is probably going to break out 600s. The Dow has been rallying, so there's no confusion there. I think we're going to be, and then the earnings is around the corner going into August. So if we somehow manage to close above the end of this week and next week above 900, 29,400, 2570s or 600s ideally at the end of the month, they're going to blast off for an everything rally. We haven't had an everything rally since December last year. The end of the year last year, we had an everything rally. But this is, I've seen this shape out before. I don't know if it's going to do it again, but this is kind of how it shapes out. The sellers are hitting the wire. Look at, there's 300 lots. The sellers are hitting the tape here. They're coming in. Well, here's the 26s. Well, look at that. This is the level that I want to see it hold. Otherwise, this fails. Okay. This is the area I want to see it hold. There's Pirate Day high on NQ also trading. I'm going to buy more here. And then move my stop up to that RTH value low. We'll see what happens. There's 0 print there. 0 print here. So the classifier is telling me that the open drive is currently back reclaimed above the 26s. It's not giving me the level, it just says the open. So, but it says as long as it's above the 26s, we can rally. That's what my classifier is saying. I don't know. See if that's true. 26 is that line in the sand. If it loses 26s, this fades. If it holds 26s, it goes. That's what my classifier is saying. Oh, right now it's like teetering back and forth, trying to decide if that's the case or not. Oh, shoot. And it's fading. She's fading. She's fading fast. Yeah, it's coming back. Oh no. Dang, dude. This might end up being... Where's my stop loss? Oh, I gotta drag this one up too. Might end up being a dud. Another failed breakout again. Oh, we've had enough of those. Yeah, the NQ didn't break out. It hit the level or the area, and then it just faded back lower. Do, 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 do. Here's the open again, back to 26. Oh, oh my. It's holding. Oh, it's holding. Oh, it's holding. Oh my God. So there's the lean. It says right here on the little journal. How do I zoom in? There we go. More better. So right here it says structure reclaimed back through the open 526s. It tells you when it failed, when it reclaimed, and it tells me the gamma regime. Short gamma, GEX, blah blah blah. Hedging amplifies weakness. Continuation favored based on the GEX. Trail rather than fade. And that's what I've done. I trailed the trade. Watch for acceleration through the walls, which is the call walls at 37s. Oh, NQ is making a new high. Oh my, I didn't even see that. Why didn't nobody tell me? Why didn't you guys say that? NQ just made a new high. Oh, we were friends. So I added to the trade, scaled some more here. And yeah. I have another scale at that 0 print right there at 36 3/4. If it tags it or not. How many lots do I have? I don't even remember. 6? Okay. I'll probably scale this down a little bit. Give it some time to break out or not, but I'm trying to scale near that call wall. 32s will be just fine. Come on, 32s. Oh, I have a magic 8 ball. Where is it? Where'd it go? Should we ask some questions to the magic 8 ball? Anyone there? Hello? Where is that magic 8 ball? Honestly, I don't know where they both went. Shit, it's gone. It's somewhere in my house. I just. Okay, I'm down to half the position again. Back to 4 lots. My average fill is at 26s. This is the area that I want to see this pretty much hold. I'm gonna trail the stop down to that higher low right there at the oh my, what is it? 20, yeah, 20s. And then 4-3 and 6-5 is the final target. There. Oh, getting a little bit of push there. NQ is breaking out, bro. NQ is breaking out. And then all the internals are green. Oh, the high behind just broke on the NASDAQ. Okay. Oh, shoot. The journal's gone. There it is. IBO. All right, well, I'm just gonna chill here, man. I don't have much else to do. I added to the trade 3 times already. So we were long here. Then I added more here. We scaled here. Let me actually put the fills in. What the f doing? See them where they're at. Trade fills. There you go. You can see the fills, so I don't have to pretend like I know where they're at. Here it is. Let me zoom in. Yeah, so Got long here, long here. That's the blue. And I scaled, and then we added more here. Kind of where we scaled. And then scale now, and then I have half the size still left. We're looking for a breakout. See if it breaks into 42. This is where I'll scale more. The power value are high, and go from there. Pretty slow break. I mean, I don't know if it breaks out or not, but pretty slow day. Just kind of grinding up to the highs again. Been very choppy. Oh, we're coming back to my entry. Sellers are loading up right there at the offer too. You can see on the DOM. They're right there. Who knows if they get paid or not? Let's see. Another DOM here. Yes, I don't see any MBO orders. Above. The resting one right here, 705. Interesting. Oh, this VWAP's 34. That can't be right. Like sellers are trying to hit the tape here, right at the highs. See if they get paid or not. My stop's right there at 20, so if this fails to break out, I get trailed out on this, which is fine. If it breaks out, well, targeting here again, 42 area. I think he was about to break out. Look at this thing. Still trying to break out. Who knows if it does, but it certainly looks like it's ready. Yeah, it's holding the current month value high, or value low, sorry. Like getting ready to push into that 400 area. We'll see if it can. S&P keeps getting rejected up here at the highs. Is it the Dow? Oh, the Dow's a little weaker. Not too much, but... Back to my cost bases again. I'm holding half the position, assuming they're going to break out. We're going to get a nice continuation, but so far it's been a dud. We're just trading the extremes, trading the highs and lows continuously with no breakout. Like they hit some volume there. Yeah, it's failing. It's failing fast. Well, I might get trailed out here. That's it. I mean, for me, after that, I'm just gonna have to wait till we trade like 500s before I take any other trades. Trade low, trade way lower, essentially. If I get trailed out right here. Ugh. Nah. MQ is trying to hold. We'll see if it fails or not, but it's right here. Ugh. Still chopping around. This area is hard. That's what I said earlier. This level is a massive level on the NQ. If it breaks hard. But it's not going to be an easy level to break out of on the NASDAQ. It's a higher time frame level. It's a monthly value or low. But if it reclaims, the next level up is 200 points higher, the point of control. Ugh. Ugh. I trailed the rest of the trade to 520s. We'll have to see if it breaks out or not. Next scale for me is at 542. So that 26 is the level that needs to hold. On my journal here, this, where is it? Here it is. So here it says structural reclaim. This is of the open drive setup. The reclaim area is the 726. Sorry, the 7526. That lever, the open, essentially holding over that puts the breakout in play. And this is kind of where everything goes into. Goes into this. It gives you a little bit more of an overview. The journal just kind of summarizes it. It tells you which type of open it is and where the validation is in case it's you're ever in doubt. It also kind of references the current gamma regime, because that gamma regime is very important. So right now, because we're below the flip, you can see that it says dealers are short gamma, hedging sells weakness, and buys strength. So moves extend, meaning they go quick up, quick down. It's kind of what we've had if you look at the candles. Directional tape where fades fail. Trade with momentum, use wider stops. Trail winners, do not fade impulse legs. And then, yeah, the GEX at the money GEX too is on there. It gives you kind of more or less like the underlying of what the S&P will act like based on the gamma regime. Because different gamma regimes or GEX regimes, the S&P will act differently. If we're below the flip, the S&P will sell off, and when it sells off, it does so aggressively. And then when it bounces, it does so in a very trend-like fashion. So you can see today so far, it's like we've had the sell-off has been aggressive every single step of the way on all the little dips. There have been amplified sells because of that GEX regime. And so they look like we're gonna fake out and dip hard, but in reality, it's just what the regime is doing in the background. The regime is calling for that, and for that kind of price action. So it's good to always have that note to kind of understand why that's happening. Oh my. Oh, what's that? Oh, the socks, the chippies are ripping. Okay. They're breaking out. They're reclaiming a prior structural level. Wow. We're going to have a full rippy mode. Telling you, we're going to have a everything rally is coming. We're going to have an everything rally probably in a few weeks. It's going to set up over the next few weeks. It's never happens over a course of one day or two, but it's starting to boil up here. The way things are shaping out, we might be setting up for an everything rally in the next few weeks. All right, I'm going to scale here into the call wall. Call wall's at 37. I'll scale some here. And I'll just get down to 2 lots and keep it there. All right, I'm done here. 2 lots, and this is going to be the final leg. I only have 2 lots of runner left, essentially. And see where this takes me. And there's all the execution right there. Long, scale, long, scale, and then runner. I'm not sure where to place the runner. Ideally, if we can hold above 42s, yesterday's little overnight high area, this 42 area, if we can hold that, I don't mind holding it till 60s. 565 into the end of the day. But we'll see. I'm going to trail and see what the market decides to do from here. I'm not really going to force anything, but the NQ is certainly going in that direction. I've been saying NQ looks like it wants to go into 400s, and it's already 100 points away. So we're 100 points away from the NASDAQ here for that target that I said. If it break out, it could hit. Oh, wow, this is breaking out to that 42, so scaled a little too early, but there's 42. Big momentum coming in here after it broke that call wall. Well, I'm gonna call it. There's literally no engagement, so no reason for me to be live. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll be back tomorrow.